Ever since I came into the card collecting community, one thing has been consistent, and that is collectors arguing amongst each other when it comes to grading companies and which service is the best. But before we get right into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm NotShivam, and this is the Poke Tea Time Podcast. Whether it's Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook groups, or even TikTok, there are collectors everywhere that will argue all day and all night about which grading card company is the best for grading Pokemon cards. Now, when it comes to Pokemon cards, we know that there's quality control issues, we know that there's centering issues, we know that cards can have whitening, and a lot of cards do have factory lines in it. However, when it comes to grading cards and grading card companies, one thing is consistent, and that is within every process, or in most major processes for grading cards, there is a human being behind it. With human beings being involved with the grading process, there is some level and some margin of error when it comes to grading cards. That means there's mistakes bound to happen when it comes to grading. With numerous amounts of people talking about Logan Paul's PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator card and how it was regraded numerous amounts of times and how it used to be a 9, or the fact that Leonhart just put out a video just recently about his BGS cards and the inconsistencies with subgrades, and CGC putting up a picture of a perfect 10 Skyridge Charizard with clear as day off-centered issues. It's very apparent that grading card companies have inconsistencies. I say that a lot. So what does that mean for collectors, and what should collectors do everywhere? It means that you need to start buying the card and not the grade. It means being able to check the condition of the card front and back and getting every detail of the card before buying it off of eBay or a private seller. Now, I've been in the hobby for the past 3 years, and I've dealt with the most rare cards in the hobby as a middleman, and I've graded some of the most rare cards in the Pokemon hobby as well. And I've often gotten asked, Shiv, which is or what is the best grading card company? And the answer is very simple. Whichever one is the most convenient for you. Whichever one is the easiest on your wallet that is going to give you the service that you want within a timely fashion. So when it comes to grading cards and grading card companies, I think it's very, very important to just go with your gut. Now, the other side of it, on the technical side of it, on the financial side of it, it comes down to where liquidity is and where liquidity isn't, right? A lot of people go to PSA when it comes to grading Pokemon cards because that is the standard. It is a lot easier to grade PSA graded Pokemon cards versus CGC graded Pokemon cards. When it comes to vintage Digimon cards, the standard is Beckett. Why? Because it's just easier to sell vintage Digimon cards from Beckett versus PSA or CGC. There's different standards of strictness when it comes to grading these different kinds of cards. And I think that needs to also be stated. If you enjoyed this video right here and you want to stay in the loop and you want more, well, we are a podcast. We go live on YouTube every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also are available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So you can give us a listen while you're on the road, off to work, or you're at the gym, whatever it may be. Make sure you give us a listen and give us a 5-star review.